We go to California.
We suck again!
The bastion of leftist mindset, Berkeley University, hosted Turning Point USA as they continue their college tour. No big deal, right?
Uh-oh.
Then Antifa came to town and welcomed them with open arms with mob violence. Well, color me shocked.
This mother...
I'm Jazz Borganzo, and it got so bad that the DOJ has now stepped in and launched an investigation against the fascist trash.
How did we get here?
Fuck you!
But it's what's next.
The game has just begun.
What's up, everyone? Jazz Borganzo, what's next? Your daily dose. If you guys are feeling good today on this Wednesday, another episode for you. Well, Turning Point USA. Of course, the nonprofit that was created by the late Charlie Kirk when he was only 18 years old has morphed into a phenomenal success over the last decade, of course, led by Charlie Kirk. But after the events of September 10th, where Charlie Kirk was assassinated by a piece of trash, things have turned. Turning Point USA events have ramped up. The college tours have gotten more increased, more frequent, of course, with those like Tucker Carlson, Ben Shapiro, Megyn Kelly, Steve Deace, Glenn Beck, and other conservatives, going to tours and doing Ask Me Anythings. Why do I say this? Why do I mention this? Well, we go out to lovely, lovely California. Berkeley University. Yes, one of the last bastions of leftist mindset, leftist nonsense, leftist indoctrination, hosted a TPUSA event. And of course, no big deal. By the way, Antifa came to town and said, no, we have other plans. Yes, mob violence. What a surprise. Got so bad that now the DOJ has stepped in and said, yeah, we need to squash this nonsense. And here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. DOJ launches investigation into UC Berkeley over Antifa mob violence TPUSA event. Those lovely Antifas right there. Yes, those bastions of fascism. Anyway. The Department of Justice announced that it was investigating the University of California, Berkeley, a day after mob violence from Antifa protesters occurred outside a TPUSA event. In a post shared on X, Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights Division, Harmeet Dillon, shared a letter that was addressed to UC Berkeley Police Chief Yaganda Pittman. In the letter, Pittman was asked to preserve all records in her possession that are relevant to the agency's preparation, execution, and response to the Turning Point USA event held on their campus Monday, along with related protests. The Civil Rights Division, under Pam Boddy's leadership, asked the USC Berkeley police to preserve all records regarding the response to mob violence at UC Berkeley TPUSA event. Dillon said in her post, "Every American has the right to speak and attend events without fear. Facts." But of course, you're conservative. Yeah, good luck with that. The letter stated in part that the situation at TPUSA event may implicate the University of California's commitment to provide adequate security. Wait. Are you saying that a leftist university has failed to provide adequate security for a conservative event being held there? No. Say it isn't so. Anyway, the Dillon's letter also explained that the request to preserve all records related to the response to the violence of the TPUSA event included, but was not limited to, all written or electronic communication from UC Berkeley's campus police regarding the incident or TPUSA generally in the last year, along with minutes, communications of any pre-event planning, either internal or outside groups relating to the event, among others. Are you saying that Antifa might have been tipped off about TPUSA being held in Berkeley? No. Of course, that's Harmeet Dillon, as she posted on X. The letter to Pittman also comes after video footage surfaced of social media on Monday masked Antifa protesters lighting flares and yelling, "You fascists." But let's hear them. Anytime, any place, punch the fascists in the face. Wow, they're clapping for rice burners. Okay. Wow, that's so impressive. A woman holds her two daughters as she tried to rush them through the screaming crowd of masked Antifa members as they are screaming at every attendee who leaves the event. Antifa protesters blocked every entrance and then began running to swarm attendees after the event. Of course, this was all provided by Frontlines. Excuse me. Yeah, we're good. In response to the violence at UC Berkeley, Attorney General Pam Bondi issued a statement warning that Antifa is an existential threat to the United States. Of course, they should be labeled as a domestic terrorist group, but who am I? The violent riots at the UC Berkeley last night are under full investigation by FBI-led Joint Terrorism Task Force. We will continue to spare no expense unmasking all who commit or orchestrate acts of political violence. My thoughts. Should anyone be surprised at this point? How many times have we seen over the years from Megyn Kelly, Ben Shapiro, and you can go back pre-COVID when Shapiro attended Berkeley, and they basically try to basically burn the school down because he was there. How many conservatives have shown up? How many comedians from Chris Rock to Jerry Seinfeld who had their events canceled because of leftist bullshittery like this? But for some unknown reason, it's ramped up since the death of Charlie Kirk. Gee, I wonder why. Because, of course, Charlie Kirk was, of course, now is a martyr. He was the glue that kept everything tight, on point, and, truly was amazing to watch him work. But, of course, now that he's gone, all of a sudden now, it's like, well, the cat's away, the mice will play. And the mice are playing a lot. They're playing so much that they're biting, they're biting everybody. So now the FBI steps in. Now, if they find any inkling that UC Berkeley had anything to do with the situation with Antifa, or basically say, hey, guess what? Yeah, police, back off, take a step back, just watch the events unfold and do nothing about it. Yeah, they are culpable, and you should be held responsible. But like I said, it would not surprise me because they're a leftist college. It would not surprise me if the situation happened at Columbia, happened at NYC, happened in University of Massachusetts or Maine or Connecticut. That wouldn't surprise me. So this bullshittery will continue, and it will continue to ramp up because, of course, they have no fear. Antifa, Black Lives Matter, they have no fear. And yes, I threw Black Lives Matter in because they're a domestic terrorist group as well. Yes, oh, how dare you be so racist? Yeah, well, yeah. Anyway. But the tour continues as it should because it's free speech and it's what Charlie Kirk would have wanted. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.